The twar erupted yesterday between Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula and MKMVA member Carl Niehaus. Mbalula posted a series of tweets attacking both Niehaus and Kebby Maphatsoe. He accused them of hiding behind ANC structures to loot state entities. Niehaus joins us now to respond to these accusations. A very good morning to you. What is your response to what Mbalula was saying that you were doing?
Good morning. Well, I'm truly surprised by what Minister Mbalula was trying to allege. He would do much better to listen carefully to what the MKMVA Gauteng structures had said about the problems with security at PRASA and specifically at Metro Rail, and also specifically about all the losses that had happened materially there. Now, our comrades have raised those issues over a considerable period of time. And they've raised the issue also of employment within those security operations that are required. This is something which can be done within the Military Veterans Act, which I'm sure that Comrade Mbalula is aware of. And it is a matter that has been raised many times with him, not only by MKMVA comrades, but also by staff within the National Department of Transport. There's a letter dated the 20th of August this year, written to President Ramaphosa and also to the Speaker of the National Assembly, where members of staff in the Department of Transport raised serious concerns about the manner in which the Minister is handling that department, and in fact they asked President Ramaphosa to please release the minister.
Okay, let me step in here. I mean, you are accusing him of being part of the downfall of PRASA and the security contracts. Mbalula is turning it back on you. He says that PRASA was your milking and he has cancelled fake security companies. So in actual fact, he's putting the ball back in your court.
Yes, I saw the statement that the minister issued last night, but it is a disingenuous statement. Because the issue is not whether we expect from the minister to deal with any possible issues of corruption. Of course he has to. If he had to cancel certain particular contracts, let him do so. But let him then engage in a speedy and a professional manner to get security put in place, and let him also engage with MKMVA comrades who are perfectly competent to participate in those security operations, and which the law itself, through our Military Veterans Act, gives him the opportunity to do so.
I mean, he's also questioning why you are using the MK's cause. He says he has great admiration for Mkhonto we-Sizwe, but he feels that you are sort of denigrating the position that they are, and he's even questioning whether they are true MK veterans. I mean, why are you using them to raise something like this? People feel that you are just basically feeding into the disunity that we are seeing into the party, and I'm just wondering, to what end?
Absolutely to no end of causing disunity. Comrade Mbalula is a younger comrade. He's never been part of Mkhonto we-Sizwe. He cannot judge the members of Mkhonto we-Sizwe who have dedicated their lives to the liberation struggle in South Africa. He insulted people yesterday, calling them thugs, who have dedicated their whole lives to the liberation struggle.
But he feels that you are insulting the liberation struggle by using this cause and possibly not having MK veterans on soil with you. At the same time, you also were questioning the state capture inquiry, and I'm just wondering why you would call into question the state capture inquiry, which is an inquiry that's actually looking into cleaning up the mess that has been left behind by Jacob Zuma and others.
So you're going to give me a chance to answer now? Two questions that you've asked. First of all, the cause of Mkhonto we-Sizwe veterans to get employment, to be recognized for the participation that they made to the struggle in South Africa, also to the liberation of Comrade Mbalula, is not abuse. That is something that should happen. That is something that is provided for in the law, and any nation that cares truly for its history and for its veterans will take care of them. Secondly, you asked me a question about the Zondo Commission. We've been very clear that state capture has to be addressed, but not in a selective way, not in a narrow mandate, not in a manner where they concentrate on certain comrades specifically.
Well, I mean, they're concentrating on comrades that have been linked allegedly to corruption and massive abuses when it comes to this country. And can I remind you, when you talk about sort of selectiveness here, that it was Jacob Zuma who started this. It was Jacob Zuma who hired Zondo.
No, let's put the facts on the table. President Zuma was put under huge pressure because of a report by the previous public protector to put this commission in place. He was not the person who appointed Judge Zondo because the previous public protector said that he should not do so. No, not because he didn't want to. She said he should not do so. Therefore, the Chief Justice Mogoeng had to make that appointment. Now, this commission, right from the beginning, even when President Zuma announced it, he said he's got serious concerns about its legality.
Okay, Carl, can I just stop you here? I mean, I can't imagine that you are not aware of how freaked out South Africans are about the capture of this country by Jacob Zuma and many people linked to him. And here you are disputing something that is actually trying to clean out this country, something that we need before we go over the precipice. And I'm just wondering what drives you. I mean, Mbalula says, you are hired by a well-known thug, you are a well-known thug employed by Maphatsoe in Luthuli House. I mean, who's paying you to do this?
Are you quoting him, or are you now saying it yourself? And
I was quoting Mbalula there, saying, well-known thug employed by Maphatsoe. That was Mbalula's quote. But I'm just wondering why you are fighting this corner.
Stop. Can you please stop hyperventilating and listen to what I'm saying? We are not against the fight against corruption. We are against a selective fight against corruption. We are against using instruments of the state to try and deal with this issue in a selective and factional manner. And may I remind you that state capture is not just...
What is the selective manner that you keep talking about? I don't understand.
Yes, you don't understand because you don't want to understand. We have clearly stated how President Zuma has been selectively targeted by Judge Zondo. We have clearly stated how there has been evidence that had been provided to the Zondo Commission that Judge Zondo decided not to use, while on other instances it pulls President Zuma's name into evidence even when those who give the evidence do not refer to President Zuma. Please, Jane, if you want to attack me in this manner, acquaint yourself with the facts of what has been happening right from the beginning when this Zondo Commission started, and understand that state capture is not of the last couple of years. State capture has been part of the long history of South Africa. The greatest state capturers had not been in the last couple of years, but by the huge white monopoly capital companies, by the Ruperts, by the Oppenheimers, by all of those companies who've been part of the colonial system in South Africa. If you want to be honest, Jane, deal with state capture in its full context. Don't try to narrow us to this last little sliver of the history of South Africa.
Okay,
and don't get upset when I tell you that President Zuma is targeted, because it's the truth.
Okay, Carl
Please
Niehaus,
don't.
good to
Thank
talk to
you.
you. Thank you.